guys, I missed you. I missed you dearly. I was not here with you last week, and I apologize, but guess what? We're back. We're back for another hangout sesh, which I'm really excited about because that's basically what today is all about. We have a lot to catch up on, okay? We have 2 weeks of Vanderpump Rules to talk about. Last week we were supposed to talk about just the first finale episode. Now we have 2 finale episodes, which is even better, okay? So like everybody can get their thoughts gathered because we have a lot to break down. Also, I don't know if anybody else watches Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, but I just finished it. We need to talk about that as well. I'm just a pool of emotions because all my favorite shows are ending and just life in general, I guess. So we need to talk about it all. And if anybody just wants to unleash, really just have like a gab session, I'm here for you, you know? Remember those like Ask Abby, is that what it was called, Mitch? Do you know? Like those columns in newspapers where people would submit their opinions or questions or problems and then somebody would be like, yeah, this is what you should do with your life. Was it Ask Abby? Sure, right? Something like that. Yeah. There was some type of column where people would submit their issues, you know? Yes, Ask Abby, thank you very much. We could do like that type of a situation, you know? Let's just hang out and have a nice, I was gonna say release, there's gotta be a better way to say that. Just like a nice little therapy session for everybody, in case anybody needs it, you know? I'm here for you. And mainly I'm just gonna be talking about my own problems, I guess, to you, but we can figure it out. What's up, Beyonce? Beyonce's in the chat, which I truly don't understand because she's got a lot on her plate right now. I don't know if anybody has been keeping up with the Renaissance tour and all the photos that have come out, but it is truly, I've been trying to dip and dodge though, honestly, because I don't really want any spoilers. But by the time she makes it to the US, I'm sure that it's gonna be a whole different show, different outfits, you know? Hi, Niecy, it's so good to see you. You love my, thank you. You like, I can't remember where this is from, but I'm sure we have something similar on Market. Just a nice little Cuban link, you know, a little razzle dazzle. Team Ariana, I love it. Let's unpack some shit. I agree. We have a lot to unpack when it comes to that. Should we just dive in? You guys, I don't know where to start, to be honest, with Vanderpump Rules. Oh yeah, Celestia's Soul has something very similar on Market to my necklace, so if you want this, Niecy, go check it out. You can't go wrong with a Cuban link, honestly. It goes with everything. You can get them in silver, get them in gold, get them in whatever, you know? And they go with so many different outfits. They can easily like take an outfit that's really just a sweatshirt and some leggings and dress it up a little bit, you know? We appreciate it. Okay, Vanderpump Rules. Again, we can talk about anything, so like drop literally anything you want to talk about in the comment section below. Niecy says, so I mean Beyonce, is that happening too? I think that might be too much for me. What did she say? People are getting amnesia from Taylor Swift's concerts? That's Beyonce telling us to stop talking about her, if you can hear that. No amnesia. Talking about who has amnesia? Somebody, have you ever had the amnesia? I like that 5 seconds of summer song, if anybody knows what that is. Just excitement. Okay, Beyonce, we get it. She's very upset that I'm like talking about her. Okay, we're gonna make sure that Beyonce is not setting the studio on fire, which I don't think she is, but just wanted to double check, you know. Speaking of which, is it just me, or does no one else leave their apartment if you live in one when the fire alarm goes off? I stay put. I'm like, it's a drill. Like, we're not, unless I see some smoke and people screaming, I'm staying right where, because they go off at the most random times, and sometimes, at least in my apartment building, they'll send out emails and they'll be like, hey, we're gonna have a drill. So if like it's in that case, obviously I know that it's not real, but other times I feel like it's just faulty and it goes off all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, it's the fact that somebody's gonna ring the alarm for Beyonce, that's, appreciate it. You took the batteries. That's not safe, Mitch. You can't take the batteries out of your fire alarm. I mean, touche. Does anybody else take the batteries out of their alarm systems? But what I do appreciate about mine, Ariana, wow, all of us are going to, if there's ever a real fire, we're not making it out because all of us don't take it seriously. Yeah, but I feel like, whatever, we should probably leave our spaces when there's a fire alarm going off. What was I gonna say about fire alarms? Oh, so mine is, in which I know I'm going on a tangent about fire alarms, but I feel this in my spirit that I need to tell you this. So what I really appreciate about my apartment building now is that the fire alarm isn't like a normal, like loud noise. It's like this British man comes on and he's like, attention, attention. there's an emergency that has been reported in your building. Please leave the premises. And that just repeats over and over and over again. And then it goes beep, beep. And then he goes, says it again. Is it just me? I kind of like it, but it is a little creepy. It sounds a little like 1984-ish. What was that? Was that the name of the book? Or was that the Taylor Swift album? What was the name of the book, Mitch? The famous book? Is it 1984? Yeah, okay, thank you. It seems like that whole like speaker system / Hunger Games, which is another thing we gotta talk about. Oh my God, I just rewatched the whole series, I guess. There's 4 different movies, and oh my God. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Nisi, that necklace, the same as mine. We have one, $45 down from $65. It's on sale. They have it in gold or silver, so if you want this, clickety click, click, add it to the cart, okay? That's a really good deal for it. That's like, yeah, do that, jump on that. I'm jumping around. Hunger Games, Vanderpump, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Life, where do we want to start? You guys tell me. And he said, nice try, it goes off all the time, and I'm yet to be on fire, right? I just, they do cry wolf, Nisi, I agree. You would just know, you know? Things would start to smell a little crispy, and that's when you know it's time to go. But until then, we really shouldn't play games in California, though, to be honest, because there's a serious fire problem here. So maybe. I think it can't be State Farm. It's another one of those insurance companies, but they said they're like no longer like issuing insurance to houses in California. Did I make that up, or did I really read that? Because it's like such a liability with the fires and stuff, and I'm like, Allstate, yeah. That's dark, you know? So we should take fires more seriously, y'all. But in the case of apartment buildings, we're fine, because I feel like you would know what's going on. Okay, first, on the same lines as fire, we need to talk about Hunger Games. Has anybody seen it? Because, and by now, it's not a spoiler, it's been out for years. Such great movies. First of all, once you get past the whole devastation, and this is a horrible idea if it came to life. You know, once you get past that, then you can start to enjoy it. Because never seen it? Really, Drea? Okay, you guys, if anyone has not seen The Hunger Games, I highly, highly recommend. And I feel like maybe I recommend a lot of things, but this is like these series of movies, like seriously, they're so good. And like I said, at first you're gonna be put off because you're like, I don't wanna be depressed, like this is a lot. So the premise of the whole, I keep wanting to call it a trilogy, but they broke up the last movie into 2, or the last book, whatever. So it's a like dystopian society, like post-apocalyptic-ish vibes, and everybody is under like dictatorship by the capital, right? And so there's different districts. I think there's 12 or 13, and so everybody lives in these different districts, and everybody is like, doesn't live a great life because the capital keeps all the money to themselves, and everybody's like starving, basically. And they have this annual games, they call it, that happen every year called the Hunger Games. And they take 2 people, a boy and a girl from each district each year, children, and they do a reaping, which is like a lottery, and they choose, you know, a boy and a girl to basically fight to their death in these games, okay? It's like, which sounds horrible, which it is, but it's so good. And I don't know if saying that sounds like dark and twisted, because obviously when you just hear the premise, it's like, why would I want to watch that? But it's chef's kiss. Mitch, have you seen The Hunger Games? It's so good. And I know me describing it sounds like, but like it's, how do I describe?
I know people love it.
It's like, but like I don't like geek out a lot about like movies that were previously books. Like I love Harry Potter. I think it's great. I would recommend it, but I like Hunger Games even more, if that convinces you, you know? Like, it really is that good. I don't want to give anything away because I think there's a lot of people that haven't seen it, but like I said, once you get past it being really sad, it's just smart the way they do it. And the whole concept, other than the games, was just really ingenious. And Jennifer Lawrence, I didn't read the book first. I like the movies, but I always like the movies more than books in general, which I know is like, oof, shouldn't say that out loud. But I'm more of a visual person, and I just really enjoy seeing what filmmakers, how they interpreted something that they just read on a page, you know? So I'm here for it. He said, is this a book club? They can be. Y'all, this is a free-for-all right now. We can totally make this a book club. Trey said, okay, fine, I'll cry and watch next year. Yeah, it's one of those. And I'm somebody who cries in literally everything that I watch. Every show, whether it's happy or sad, I cry. It's a problem, honestly, because I think I'm kind of allergic to crying. I'm that person who like wakes up looking like a complete blowfish the next morning when I cry. But with the Hunger Games, once you get past that, you can just enjoy it for what it is because they get them back. I'll say that. That's a spoiler. They do get them back, so that gives you incentive to watch it because I hate when I watch something sad and then the bad guy just wins at the end, you know? Too close to reality. Nobody wants that. But definitely the Hunger Games. Should we do Marvelous Mrs. Maisel next? Is anybody, let me know in the comments, does anybody else watch? I did not give away the whole thing, Ariana, Team Ariana, okay? I didn't. I gave a little sprinkle. What's up, Mary? I kind of gave it away. Other than them winning, not really. People do die, though. That's clear. Okay, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, or should we do Vanderpump? I feel like we gotta say Vanderpump. Let's talk about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel because I feel like that's another one that people don't really watch. Actually, speaking of which, okay, so Marvelous Mrs. Maisel is about this comedian. I would say it's set in the 1940s, but then it spans past that, like as the seasons go on. And Midge is the main character, aka Mrs. Maisel, and she's a housewife at first, but then her and her husband get a divorce. They stay friends, but they get a divorce, and she becomes a comedian. And it's like, first, it's so salacious, the fact that this housewife in the 1940s is becoming a comedian. But she's incredible, and it follows Midge and her manager Susie and them kind of just navigating that whole industry, and it's really entertaining. But that brings me, actually, because Midge always has like a poppin' red lip, and I actually have a favorite red lip, which is just funny that I didn't wear it today. That was not smart. But I do have a favorite red lipstick, okay? Because we're going to talk about my favorites too. Like I said, this is a free-for-all today, so just roll with me. But my favorite red lipstick of all time, not paying me to say this is just truly how I feel. Fight me if you think otherwise. Ruby Woo by MAC is the best lipstick, shade of red, of all time. It will, first of all, last you all day. I'm not kidding. Like, I wouldn't, that's why I didn't wear it, because I have Invisalign, which I get off on Thursday, by the way. It has been a minute. If you've been watching, I'm pretty sure from the first episode that we did of Meet Me on Market, that's when I first got my Invisalign, and now it's 6 months later, getting it off. But I didn't wear it because if you wear red lipstick with Invisalign, like just kiss your whole day goodbye, because you're gonna look like just like a bloody mouth. Oh my God, I forgot how good it smells. Clearly, I've been using this one for a long time, so it is down to the wire. But it is so good. It is, oh my God, we have it on sale. Originally $21, it's $20.26, people. Which is, but it's worth it because it's such a good lipstick. When I tell you, I'm serious, like if you were to try to kiss your hand, it won't come off. It's one of those lipsticks, like you get kind of concerned at the end of the day because you're like, is this my life now? Will my lips be forever red? Because it's hard to take off. When you eat, it doesn't come off. It's like the perfect matte lipstick. I'm gonna put it on my hand. Just so you guys can get a feel for the vibes, okay? Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. Can you see? Can you see? Oh my God, yeah, I can see around Mitch's head. It's just good, okay? It's not gonna come off. As you can see, it's not shiny. That came off on my finger, but you know what I mean. Like when you eat, it's not gonna be an issue because it's so thick. I can't stress it enough. I've literally been wearing this red lipstick my whole life whenever I wear red, and it's thanks to my mom. Shout out to Joyce. That's my mom, because she's one of those people, which is a whole other thing that we need to talk about because I think it needs to be studied by scientists. My mom gets fully dressed every single day. My whole life. I have never seen her just wake up and like maybe just wash her face, take a shower, and keep her pajamas on for the rest. No, never. I've been alive for 29 years, okay? When I tell you that my mom, it doesn't matter if she's just chilled in the house. She could have absolutely nothing to do that day. She gets fully dressed. She wakes up, She takes a shower. She does all, all the whatever, same morning routine stuff that everybody does. She'll put a full face of makeup on, and she'll top it off with Ruby Woo every single day. And like, we'll put on a full outfit, jewelry and everything to just sit around the house if she's not doing anything. I tip my hat to her because I think it makes you more productive, when you like fully get ready. It could never be me. Like, if I don't have anything to do that day, you could not pay me to put a full face of makeup on and then top it off with a red lip. A red lip is a commitment, okay? Like, I can't just like lounge on the couch if I have a red lip on because it's getting somewhere. Not Ruby Woo because it's staying on your lips. But anything else, like, shout out to my mom because like, what? Isn't that weird? Yes, in COVID, she did the same thing. I don't think when she had COVID. I need to see like some hidden cameras to know if when she had COVID, she still did the same thing. But yes, like in quarantine, still, it's wild. He said, hey, we just talked about this. It's that mental game, baby. Yeah, no, like really? I would test it out for a week just to get fully dressed every single day because you would, personally, I would feel forced to do something that day, even if I didn't have anything to do because I'm like, we're not wasting a full face of makeup and like a full set of like a full fresh outfit, Like you just have to do something. So let's do that. This next week, let's challenge ourselves. Unless you legitimately do have to do something every single day, which if you have like a 9-to-5 job, I feel like that's very normal for people to do. But like if you like are having a chill week, let's do it. Let's test it out for a week. Shayla said, my poor boyfriend is stuck with Ugg Bug most days. Not Ugg Bug. I get it. First of all, Shayla, I'm sure you look incredible no matter what the state of yourself is, But like, I get it because on days when I don't have to do anything, I look like a golem set on fire, but like in the best way, Freelance hot. Exactly. Wow. Shout out to my mom because I cannot imagine. Why did I start talking about that? The lipstick. Shout out to my mom. That's what put me on to Ruby Woo, okay? Which is, I would not be surprised if that's the lipstick shade that Marvelous Mrs. Maisel wears. If you have never watched that show, I highly, highly recommend. I think it was 5 seasons in total. The last episode just happened, and I cried like a baby. I sure did. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but no one died in that. So after you watch the Hunger Games, watch Mrs. Maisel, because it's like a different type of cry, It's like a happy cry, not a children are being murdered by each other type of cry, Not a laugh. That wasn't funny. That wasn't that. It was just, you guys know me. Drea said, how fast does she go through a thing of lipstick? That's another really good question. I would be curious to know because she has worn it every day for my entire life. And I wouldn't be surprised if she did the same thing before I was born, Which is truly a commitment. I'm sorry, you have kids and you're still getting up every day and doing that whole, people were built different back in my mom's era. They just were. No one dies, that's good. Yeah, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, I'm pretty, right? No one died. No one died. No. You're good. Happy show. LOL, FaceTime your mom, improve it. Oh my God, should I? Let's do it. Okay, we're gonna FaceTime my mom. What time is it, 1:20? Yeah, she's gonna be up. I hope she answers. Da 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 da. Okay, here we go. Let's see if she answers. If she doesn't, has anybody like ever called their mom and then like offended if they don't pick up? Because it's like, what is more important than me? Mom, I could be dying. You think she's gonna answer? Hi! See, she's in the car. Look, you're on the show. Say hi. I was calling. See, she has Ruby Woo. Look do you see her lips? The red lips. I told you. Okay, so I was telling my friends here that you get up every single day and you put on, like you get fully dressed, you put on a full face of makeup. We were talking about Ruby Woo red lipstick, and I said for every day of my life. She gets fully dressed and she tops it off with red lipstick. Wild. Yes, ma'am. You gotta come hang out on Meet Me on Market one of these days. Okay? Wave goodbye to the people. Bye. Wait, what are you doing?
You see, I'm working, cleaning out the closet, and I'm in the car. I had to drop off some stuff at Goodwill.
Oh, that's nice. All right, well, I'll call you on my way home. Mom, we're in the middle of a show. Bye, love you. Yep, she said, meet me on the market. Like I said, insane, every single day. Beyonce said, I hope you're coming to the concert with your daughter. She's not coming with me, but she really wants to go. She's never seen, well, that's not true. She took me to go see Destiny's Child, but she's never seen Beyonce solo, which I told her is like just sacrilegious when you're my mother. But, so what she was referring to, my mom, I don't know where she, like, it's like entertainment news specifically. I don't know what her sources are because she will text me the most outlandish thing that is not true. And she'd be like, did you hear this? And you tell me if you've heard this. I have never heard this ever. She was like, this morning, she was like, I had no idea that Stevie Wonder and the Jacksons were first cousins. And I was like, Mom, I don't think that's true. And I feel like we would have known that by now. You know, these are people who have been famous since she was a kid, okay? My mom's like 68 years old. She won't care that I told you that. So I'm like, I feel like somebody would have known that by now. Can anybody confirm? Are the Jacksons, as in the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder first cousins? Because I don't think it's true. And then the other day, I forgot what she told. It was like some conspiracy with, I don't know what her sources are, but she says it to me like it's fact, and it's not. Shayla said, I'm Googling for it. Yeah, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I would have got, anybody else have notifications? I have like all the news outlet notifications on my phone. So like if something like big were to happen, I feel like I would know. Shayla said, it was revealed that Janet Jackson and Stevie Wonder are cousins at least twice by the singer who already comes from a famous family. So it is true? Oh my God, sorry, Mom. I had no idea. You were saying yes, allegedly. How did anybody else know that? How have they been famous for that long and that has never come out? Like they're friends, you know? So like why would they never be like, oh yeah, by the way, that's my cousin. We have Drea has another report. Was Stevie Wonder related to the Jacksons? Okay, we have a link. Click that if you can. They absolutely were. Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder were third cousins. Holy crap! You heard it here first. Meet me on Market. Well, you didn't hear it here first. You heard it from wherever my mom heard it from. That they are indeed cousins. Confirmed. Wow. What's up, Photo Mom? Had no idea. Had no idea. Wow. Do you guys ever think? This is dark. But like, do you ever think that like, because people have big families. I for sure have a huge family, and there's people that I don't even know of, okay? Because my mom alone has 8 brothers and sisters, okay? So it's like, you just take my mom's family and the amount of cousins that I have. The point I was trying to make is, do you ever fear that you're going to like accidentally date your cousin? And I have the serious fear because like my mom's side of the family is from Mississippi, so I know for a fact I cannot date anybody from even the vicinity because the family is too big, you know? You just have to, anybody else, no one else thinks that, yeah. Nisi said, yes, legit, real fear. Yeah, it's like you need to like test everybody that you have, like, yeah. And you can't even be like too sure, like say, like if they're not the same, like have the same background as you, you never know. People are mixed up. He said, I used to have to ask in my hometown all the time, are we related at all? Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Everyone from Mississippi. Speaking of Mississippi, this is so random. We're going to get to Vanderpump eventually, I promise. Mississippi helped me out when I first got my Invisalign in because anybody who's ever had Invisalign knows that when you first get it, you have a really bad lisp. And for a lot of people, it's not just when you first get it, it's like the whole time. I mastered it because I knew I had to talk on camera to work, right? So I was like, I can't. I mean, you could have a lisp. There's nothing wrong with having a lisp if you have one. But I personally didn't want one. Just wasn't convenient, right? So when I first got it, I said Mississippi over and over and over and over again because it kind of takes care of all the lisp, like the S's and the P's. And it's like, you know, so I just kept saying it over and over again. And then eventually I got rid of the lisp in like 3 days. It comes out every once in a while if I don't really focus on it. But Mississippi will help you out if you first get Invisalign and you're struggling with that. Trey said just wasn't convenient. Wait, what wasn't convenient? How did I say Mississippi? Oh, and the Invisalign, all of it combined. Honestly, if anybody is ever thinking about getting Invisalign, I say go for it. I think it was one of the best decisions I ever made. Now that it's almost over. Trey said, yeah, that's the only reason you wouldn't. Girl, what are you talking about? I don't know. You said you didn't want to list because it wasn't. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't. As you guys can see, I'm pretty sure I have either a serious case or a mild case of ADD because I will not remember what I just said 5 minutes ago. That's why I often am like, Mitch, what am I talking about? What did I just say? All the time. I have no idea. Yeah, see, and Mitch is right here. I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. See, you got it. Wow, the fact that you're even paying attention. I'd be like, what? I don't know. She's just talking. I point the camera at her. Photobomb said, betcha a speech therapist would say the same thing. Yeah, I think there's something to it. Honestly, you just have to it's an exercise situation. Hopefully it was good breakfast. It was fine. I had some oatmeal, but it's the oatmeal from Trader Joe's, so it has like a little bit of maple and something else in it, but it's delicious. Highly recommend if anybody is a Trader Joe's shopper. I prefer Trader Joe's over all the other grocery stores other than Costco. Costco is a high contender as well. Nisi said that one is great. I would die for Trader Joe's. Yeah. Trader Joe's is like my go-to on the reg. Costco is like when you just need a lifetime supply of something because holy crap, when you live by yourself, you don't need to shop at Costco because it's for like families of 15. Like I bought what was it? It was like a bag of chips. The bag of chips was like, I'm not even kidding. It was massive. It was the size of like a 3-year-old child. And I was like, I'm good. I think I still have that bag of chips. I don't know when I bought that. Should probably throw it away, to be honest. Nisi said, favorite Trader Joe's product so I know it's real, Drew. Okay, the vanilla almond granola. Eat it almost every single day in my little parfait. Delicious. What else is specific to them? That oatmeal, if you know what I'm talking about, it's like the maple and something oatmeal, delicious. What are other like specific Trader Joe? Really? Is it like one of the little frozen packs? Yeah, they have like in college I went ham on all the frozen packs. I just get scared of the sodium because it's like a whole bunch, like a crap ton. Trader Joe's, you guys, is elite. Truly, ooh, frozen samosas, hell yeah. Hash brown patties, I've had those, like the ones you put in the toaster. I used to eat those like it was my job. Crunchy red pepper oil, ooh, what do you put that on? Ooh, and low taste seasoning, hell yeah. Okay, I have a question. What do you guys eat for dinner? Because I'm trying to get better at not Postmating, but my issue is every time I try not to Postmate, if I try to go to the store and buy stuff, like ingredients to make myself dinner, I'm like malnutritioned. Like I can't, like I'm still hungry after, you know? I'm like, that wasn't enough food, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Fish, veggies, and a starch, okay. Yeah, the other day I tried to make like a veggie stir fry, which was delicious, but vegetables cook down, you know? I thought I put a lot in there, but it was like a bite, and I was like, okay, cool, because I don't really wanna, I'd already washed the dishes, and I didn't want to dirty them up again, so I ordered Postmates. After veggie curry with cauliflower rice is great. Yum. I love Indian food. I love it so much. My butt doesn't always agree. My stomach is so sensitive, y'all. Like I can barely eat anything remote. Like really, it's all the things that are delicious that just burn the bathroom down. You know. I do eat Indian food. I love it, but it destroys my ass. Team Ariana said, oh, me too. Love Indian food. Yeah, I thought you were saying that it destroys your ass too. Is it just me? That's fine. It's like a mixture of like lactose intolerant and like a few different things. You live alone? Yeah. Why? Oh yeah, so it's fine. Just my dog looks at me like, girl. She can't talk though. I have to clean up her shit, you know? It's my biz, exactly. You know what? I appreciate you guys. I feel like we're like the same type of weird, and you guys don't judge me. I appreciate that. Judgy dog guys. Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Peaches, who's my dog, the little toy poodle. She is the most judgmental, person I've ever met, because she acts like a human. She has very human qualities to her. Peaches and I are like the odd couple. Like most people have like not an owner, like they think of their dogs like their children. Like Peaches and I are are, we like each other, but it's like a love-hate relationship. And she acts like she pays the rent, and I just live in her space. Like, that's how Peaches navigates. And she's like, the audacity for you to be like having a dance party with your headphones on while I'm trying to just enjoy some smooth jazz per the YouTube channel, you know? Like, she would understand what I'm talking about. We just love her, though. She's adorable. Photobombs, especially when they fart. Oh, my God. Then give you the dirty look like you. Yeah, this is the thing. Peaches used to, like, it was like popcorn ass, like, all the time, just setting them off. And now that she's gotten older, she doesn't really have gas anymore, which I feel like would be the opposite, you know? Like, dogs get older, and then all of a sudden their gas is just gnarly. She doesn't really have gas that much anymore. So, but I get it, because dog farts are like, woo, atomic bomb. What race is your dog? She's light-skinned black. She's a toy poodle, so she's like peaches and cream. Yeah. she's like a cream color, and she used to have like brown ears, but she's a little white toy poodle, basically. That's what she looked like when you look at her. Nisa said, I have an accountant dog, British, and a white frat boy dog. Yes, I love that. I always wonder, like, what would Peaches sound like if she could talk, you know? I don't really know. I think the obvious choice would be like, oh, she's French because she's a poodle. I feel like she has like a deep, raspy, like smoker's voice, you know, because she's like so petite and cute. It's got to be the opposite of whatever you think it is. Because she knows she's cute and she uses it to her advantage. And people who visit, like Mitch came over that time when we had the show, and like Mitch was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet. I'm like, yeah, it's a facade. Yeah, she's nice to me, but like you until you live with her and she makes eye contact with you while she shits on your rug, then you know. Yes, exactly. I was trying to follow. Do you ever like agree with someone and then you're like you didn't actually understand, and then out? I do that all the time. I saw this. Wait, what do you guys say first? Nisi, I have an account. Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Shayla, she's a light-skinned black woman. Yep, she is. It's an act. They're lying. But what I was going to say is I saw this reel, and this guy was going around telling people jokes that don't make sense on purpose and, like, seeing their reaction. And it was in Trader Joe's. And this guy went up to this guy, and I forgot what he said. It made absolutely no sense. And the guy was like, that's good. But it was, like, such a genuine laugh, you know? And then the guy who asked the joke, he was like, well, what does it mean? And the guy was like, how you doing? I have screamed laughed at that multiple times because it's so relatable. I get secondhand embarrassment really easily. So like, just to spare myself, I'll usually and social anxiety. So like, to make a situation not uncomfortable, like I'll laugh at a joke or like when I don't understand at all. So if the person ever was like, oh, like, what did I mean? I'd be like, this lipstick is red, you know? Anybody else? Anybody else? Not in all situations. Nisi said, I do too. I cringe at how to lose a guy in 10 days. Yeah, and the same thing for like stand-up shows. I love a stand-up show. But I'm the person who you want to be. If you're doing stand-up, you want me to be there because I'm going to laugh even if it's not funny. Because I cannot deal with a room being silent and watching someone bomb. Like, I will have to leave because it makes me uncomfortable. So I will do anything to not like giving the person false hope. Like, if you're not funny, I think your friend should tell you if you're trying to do stand-up. But like, if something is like, okay, it's generally funny and everybody's just kind of being annoying and not laughing, I will 1,000% laugh. Raquel, is it time? You mean Rachel? Dre said, oh yeah, it's so uncomfortable. Just a small clap. Yeah, just something, you know? Because don't let there be silence and then like someone's cup drops. Like, it is just, I will have to evacuate the building. Throw them a bone, exactly. It doesn't hurt to just give someone just a leg of hope, just a little something, you know? But also shout out if you do stand up, because that, I can only imagine, is the toughest situation to be in. Like, that's so vulnerable to get up in front of a room of people and try to make them laugh. Like, that is a very vulnerable position to be in. Denise said, I threw David up for stand-up in LA once without preparation. That is so rude. I bet you David killed it, though. It's like so hard to do, but I feel like it's honestly something that everybody should try, just to push yourself out of your comfort zone, because I can only imagine, because people aren't nice, you know? People aren't just gonna laugh to like make you feel better. Like, people will really just stare at you and be like, oh, so you're trying to, you're trying to make the world a better place. Like, people don't care. They don't care. So that's something I would recommend. What do we recommend so far? We're gonna all do stand-up. We're gonna get dressed fully for a week every single day. We're gonna watch The Hunger Games and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Okay, somebody make a list. No, photobomb. I feel like you could do it. I feel like everybody. Well, this is the thing. I believe that everybody, like for example, people are like, oh, I can't sing. I believe everybody can sing, just not well. You know. Everybody can do everything, just not well. Like most of us suck at most things, but some people, you know, you never know until you try. Lisa said, I'll test it on Drew first. I'll test it on Drew first, and I see if she's up for a good fake laugh. Yeah. And this is the thing. I think a lot of ridiculous things that aren't funny, I think they're funny. Like it's a catch-22 because I keep it 100. Like I'm a genuine person in every other way, and like with laughing at a joke. Yes, I do the whole thing of like I don't want to make the person feel uncomfortable, but 9 times out of 10, I think stuff is funny that nobody else thinks is funny. Same thing with movies. I like a lot of movies that everybody else hates. Anybody Ghost Rider, starring Nicolas Cage? Everybody hated that movie. Okay, they hated it. I saw Ghost Rider in theaters 5 times. I paid to go see Ghost Rider 5 times. And maybe I did or did not wear these Air Forces that I have on right now. Can you see them? We have them available. Oh my God, I am fired as a black person. My Air Forces are not crisp. They are not only dirty, but there is a crease. And it's not okay. But you know what? This is a safe space, and I don't think you guys will fully judge, but you should. Oh God, listen. I have 2 pairs of Air Forces. Like there's one that I got rid of that pair. I used to have 2 pairs of Air Forces. One was like you only wear them like if I was filming, like you don't wear them outside, right? Like I would literally like change into them if I was like going somewhere where I knew that they just wouldn't get dirty. And then there are ones that I wear like to Trader Joe's and like every day. And these used to be the clean pair, and then I got rid of the other ones, and so now these are the dirty pair. It's the whole thing. Oh, we have light pink ones? Oh my gosh, wait, we love that. We have light pink ones available, y'all. $155. Air Forces will last you forever. And I feel like with light pink, they could also get dirty, but like it's not as obvious as white, you know, because you do need to keep them clean. I can't handle when people have dirty sneakers. It's not okay, okay? I was gonna say I'm not a judgmental person. I'm kind of a person. But with sneakers, that is one thing for sure. I'm like, I will look at you different. If your sneakers, they need to come correct. So I am violating a lot of rules right now. And he said, Drew, I loved you before, but your Trader Joe's love is making me even more relatable. Thank you. Who doesn't love Trader Joe's? And also, shout out to the employees who work at Trader Joe's because they're always so nice. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they do they vet people? Obviously, they vet people in the interview process, but like I think they have good benefits. I think like the company treats them well, so then they're just, in a good mood. Because they're always so nice. So nice. Shout out to Trader Joe's. I hope they're a good company. Who knows? What other stuff? I have more stuff of my favorites down here to show you guys. Do we have the perfume available, Denise? Do we have something similar to a perfume? Because this is the thing. We do. We have it. Okay, this is the Jimmy Choo one. Perfect. Okay, so this is the thing. I am usually such a gatekeeper when it comes to my fragrances because I'm like, I don't want anybody else to smell like me. But like, let's be real. Like, certain fragrances are just, or like just in general, like, they're out for commercial use. Like anybody can buy them. So it's like you think you're the only person in the world, maybe in your own circle that wears that scent, but other people wear this scent. So this Jimmy Choo perfume, it's $72. We have it available. This is the Jimmy Choo Fever. It smells so good. It smells like Beyonce looks when she's singing that song. If anybody has ever seen Beyonce's rendition of Fever, I believe it was in the Fighting Temptations. Yep, smells like that. Just visualize, because I'm a visual person, remember? It smells so, it's like sexy, a little mature, But not mature in like an Ethel type of way, like mature in like, I'm the boss, B-I-T-C-H type of way, This perfume I wear all the time. There's a Louis Vuitton perfume that I cannot pronounce. It's a Trop Rebs, but that's not how you say it, obviously, in French. Yes. I'm like, Beyonce whispering in my ear. You gotta warn me before you do that. That one, this one, and then there's one more that I wear, which I really will gatekeep for the rest of my life because it is I love it. I haven't worn it in a long time because it's one of those, I don't know why, because I'm acting like it's going to be discontinued. It's been available for years, but I will not tell anybody. This one I will. This one's great. Get this one. So if you ever wondered, sometimes I wonder what people smell like. If you ever wondered what I smell like, it smells like this. Me. So I said, I'm going to get it. That was a great visual. See, and you heard a little bit of Beyonce's voice. You know what I mean? Sometimes things smell the way things look. Does that make sense? Sometimes candles, I'm like, if you tasted it, would it also smell the same? Because it's all connected, It's all in here. Beyonce said you can use that. I won't sue you. Play my work. It's okay today only. Beyonce, I appreciate the support. She stays in the chat. But Obama said, I love the Flora Bomb one too. I think it's Jimmy Choo. Oh yeah, that one's good. Jimmy Choo has a lot of really good ones. Things about fragrances, I love them because they're so signature to like each individual person. Like I can smell a fragrance and like immediately think of like my mom, or like my grandma. Like the fragrances are those things that create memories. I really appreciate. Ooh, Chanel Chance, that's a good one. Chanel makes a lot of good ones. I feel like Chanel has very classic fragrances, Like they remind me of like Marilyn Monroe. It's like that era of time. Almost like when, like real perfumes, because like I don't know how I would differentiate. Like there's a lot of fragrances out that like smell manufactured, and then there's like real perfumes that you would get like from a perfumery, Like that's what the Chanel ones smell like to me, like that real old school, expensive stuff. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. Oh, is that a good one? I've never smelled that one. There's so many Chanel No. 5 always, and Chance. That's the thing. There's so many. I think what's the other one that I smelled recently? The one that looks like a stiletto. Is it Charlotte Tilbury? I don't think so. Who is that? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It smells so good. And there's like 4 different ones, and it like the bottle is so cool. It literally looks like a stiletto heel. I said it's kind of light and clean smelling. I love that. Yeah, my favorite type of fragrances are like dessert smelling stuff or like laundry detergent. There's no in between. And florals as well. I love it all. I love it all. Can't go wrong with the fragrance. Okay, Carolina Herrera. That's the, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Good for you for knowing that, Photobomb. Wow. Pulled that one out. I was like, literally just like the one with the heel. Fact check, yes, that's it. Yep, smells so good. I think it's the original one. It's a black heel with a black shoe, like the actual shoe part, and then the heel is gold. Smells incredible. Incredible. What did we do before Google? Because he was like, Googled it. Like, what did people do? Did they? Like, you just had to, like, that's wild,
You tell me something, I just have to.
Like, oh yeah, that's true. Like, I don't think I would have survived because I am that person, and it might be the Aquarius in me. Like, when we know we're right, we will fight to the end to convince you, like, no, this is fact. I need Google because I need to be able to be like, let's Google it. Are you sure? Let's go, which is such an annoying trait, but self-awareness. I was gonna say encyclopedias. Like, is that what people resorted to? Like, if you're like, I need to find out what the definition of this word is, just looked it up? Yeah, what did people do? Anybody in here was alive? Does anybody know? Nisi, I think that is a Pisces quality too. Yeah, okay, so this is the thing. I'm on the cusp, so I have a lot of Pisces qualities. We could do like a whole zodiac chart situation. I have it in my phone. I don't know my full chart off the top of my head. But Pisces is I have more Pisces qualities than I think I have Aquarii qualities. Because I'm February 18th, and that's like the cusp, because Pisces is the next day. What signs do we have in the chat? Let me know. Ask a librarian. Oh yeah, did librarians just have to be like Googles, basically? They had to be so smart, which, by the way, if anybody has seen Wreck-It Ralph, I think it's the second one when they like explore the internet. Google is basically like a little librarian guy. It's like a little bird, and they go and they ask him stuff, and he's like, just a second, and then he tells you. Great movie if you haven't seen that. Oh, Nisi, you said you think I have Pisces vibes? I take that as a compliment. Pisces are very emotional, and I think I'm like very oh my God, I cried yesterday. I'll tell you my stress. This is where my stress is coming from. TMI, but that's like my whole brand. So I literally was like, I washed my hair, and then I was like, it doesn't feel as like as voluminous, you know, as it usually does. Voluminous, voluminous. Wow. Why did my mom pay for that degree? I can't remember. Regardless, it felt big. Okay. And then it didn't feel as big as it usually does. And then I was like, what is going on? And then I like felt like the side of my head. I have a bald spot, okay? And it was diagnosed as, it's called like alopecia alopecia areata or whatever. I have a bald spot, and apparently it's correlated to extreme stress, they said. And I was like, well, damn, what's the matter? Like, you know how like you go through life and you like think you're fine, and then you're like, you get a bald spot, and you're like, well, maybe I'm not fine. I think we like get so, let's talk about this. I think we get so caught up in like just living our lives, and like you don't think things are a big deal, but it's like maybe it's the way that you're processing things, or like the way, like if you have anxiety and you don't like realize how bad your anxiety is, or like you stress about things, or like you overthink things. That's also an Aquarius quality. Either way, you need to pay attention to stuff like that, because otherwise your body will literally react. So I did like a whole like nose dive with this. And she was like, you're too young and smart, also hard to be stressed. Thank you. I didn't think I was that stressed. But so they broke it down, and they were like, and I know I'm messing up the name of like erythra, alopecia, whatever it is. And it's like your immune system, it's an autoimmune situation. Like your immune system is attacking your hair follicles because it thinks it's like a threat for whatever reason. In that one spot, who knows why. Right. Right, so this specific one is like, I guess, correlated to stress, like the, whatever. You gotta break down the urethra part. I know I'm not saying it correctly. But it's like, whatever reason, it's tied to stress, and they said environmental factors. So I'm like, I don't know if that means the weather or what, but like, so they said it can be fixed. They're like, it'll grow back. It's not a situation where it's like forever, but they said the more you stress, the worse it gets. And I'm like, how are you going to find a bald spot and then be like, but this is fine, like, you know, and be calm. No one, so they're like, it always gets worse because then you stress about having it. So I've been like very focused on like not stressing since yesterday. It's going, you know, it's going fine. Like I said, I'm an overthinker as an Aquarius, so like I gotta think about another spot. You know how Storm, not like, is Storm from Fantastic Four the same Storm from X-Men? Either way, I think similar powers, like force field and like weather. So in Fantastic Four, she had a zit, and she was like, if I just focus on this area for the rest of the day, I can make sure it's not there, because it was like the wedding scene. And so if I just focus my stress not in that area, I feel like it will go away. I know, doesn't that suck? Can you think, yeah, deep breaths, focus on good stuff. That's the goal, you know? We're just gonna chamomile tea, yoga, hopefully Peaches doesn't take shits on my rug. It's just, you know, we're gonna woo saw together. I say that all to say, do check-ins with yourself, okay? And like, do a check-in right now. Unclench your jaw, because if you're not talking, chances are your jaw's probably clenched. Also, put your shoulders down. Do you ever check in and you're like, ugh, Jesus. Yeah, Mitch, chill. Take a deep breath, okay? In through your nose, 3 seconds, hold it, release out your mouth, okay? We just need to calm down. Because there are so many things in life, like I said, you get into a routine, you're used to dealing with things that you're dealing with, and you don't even think that it's like a big deal. And then one day your body's like, oh, you thought? So, just saying. Dre said it's legal, you're in Cali, baby. Yeah. We partake. Not a lot, but like every once in a while. We popped one last night. Can I say that? This is a new version of Meet Me on Market. Yeah, it's legal in California. I've never been, like, I can't like smoke it ever, because I don't like the whole coughing situation, but we'll do a gummy. I've been advised that it's okay. I said it. Really went on a limb there. Anybody else? If you're in California, I'm not sure of like all the places where it's legal, because I know it's not everywhere, so like watch what you type if you're using your real name. But that definitely helps. And I'm someone who, like, if I have a gummy, and I have to be so specific, because one time I took way too much of a gummy and it was a different type of day. But I'm somebody who, like, if I do partake, I don't get paranoid. That's if I take too much. Everything is clarity. Like, if I'm trying to decide between something, because I'm usually a very indecisive person, all of a sudden, like, I'm like, this is what you need to do. This is the meaning of life. This, like, everything just becomes like no big deal, you know, which is great. Shayla said, get yourself a Mary Jones soda, like Mary Jane soda, like a soda, like a weed soda. That doesn't sound good, Shayla. I don't know. Does it taste like it? Cannabis drinks are the best. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like the taste of it because like a gummy just kind of tastes like candy. That's why I can partake in that. Other than that, I don't know. Interesting. Okay, maybe I'll try. But that's the thing. Like I can't experiment because like the one time I experimented, I was in an Uber and I thought I was being kidnapped. You know, like it just you get paranoid. It tastes like soda, regular old root. Oh, okay. I like root beer. I'll try it. Try everything once. You know, we gotta grow a patch of hair back. We'll try all the things. Okay. Okay, Photobomb, there are lemonade ones that are also good. Ooh, you guys have all the intel. Okay, I'll try all the things. Also, just in general, what are other things should I do to just chill? Yoga. I think also in my mind, like the definition of like the opposite of being stressed is just like make your brain go completely quiet, which is also that's not ideal for me. You know, yeah, let's talk about de-stressors. Because this is my new mantra. You guys know the song from the Lego movie that's like, everything is awesome, everything is cool when you're part of a team, everything is awesome when you're living out. That song. So I've been just listening to that over and over and over again, but it's like a lot by the fifth listen, you know? So I try to make different playlists, outside walks, yes, hikes. I'm big on hikes. If you guys are in LA, I used to walk Runyon Canyon like every single day when I lived over there. I miss that. Deep breathing, heckling people. All these, whatever works, you know? Whatever works. It's like, I keep repeating this because it's like so funny because I never thought of myself as like a stressed out person. And then they were like, yeah, you are apparently. And I was like, oh, okay. So like, you know, sometimes you just gotta do check-ins. All right, deep breathing, sitting at the beach. The beach is a great one. Just like listening to the waves. I always thought that I wasn't a beach person, and I say that I wasn't a beach person because I don't like sand. That's my main thing, which you guys have heard me talk about before on the show. I just don't want to get in my food, but the beach itself, beautiful, and I like the sound of the waves. Yeah, Team Ariana, Trash TV de-stresses me. I can tell by your username, people crazier than me is good news for me. Okay, let's talk about it, Vanderpump. We can also talk about de-stressors. Put them in the chat. Photobomb says sing-alongs in the car, always. I can't not listen to music in the car. I try podcasts, like going somewhere, I listen to music and then coming back from somewhere I can do podcasts, but nothing beats just a nice belt out session in the car. It's good. Because I feel like I can't fully belt in my apartment because Peaches would judge me because I don't want to subject my neighbors to that, but in the car, game over. It's going down. Okay, Team Ariana, I like where you're going with this. We gotta talk about Vanderpump Rules, okay? Speaking of being stressed. I kind of get what you mean by like, I think a lot of people watch reality TV as escapism from their own lives. Because most of the time, crazy stuff goes down on reality TV, right? That you like cannot believe is real. 90% of the time, I think it's real. I think 10% of the time, or maybe 20% of the time, it's producers making stuff because they have to make a good show, right? Which I appreciate because it makes it entertaining for us. But wait, Nisi said not learning shit for like calming yourself down, shut my brain off and watch. I get that. I get that. I think that's why after I graduated from college, I didn't read a book for like 3 years because I was just over it. 16 years of having forced to read stuff. I was like, F this, you know? Reality TV. It makes you feel better, right? Because they're like, wow, people's lives are crazy. But then also it's like, how much of it is real, how much is it not? This whole Vanderpump or Scandival situation is 1,000% real. Because there's no way that Tom, he's like one of the most hated people on the planet. Or at least whoever gets Vanderpump Rules, whoever gets Bravo, okay? All those people can't stand Tom. And there's no way that he would intentionally, well, he did intentionally F his life up, but I mean, like, it's no way that it's fake. Like, he wouldn't be going through this unless he, like, actually did it, you know? Yeah, Team Anyone But Tom said, I hate him. He is truly the worst, just the worst idea of a human, you know? Where did we leave off last time? The finale hadn't happened yet. Okay, so last time we talked, it was when Ariana and Tom had that whole conversation on the couch, the last episode. But notice my name, both Toms suck. Team Anyone But Fair. Yeah, because the other Tom, like, bro, how are you not going to open your mouth and say anything and just, like, be his ride or die even though he's being a horrible person? I agree. So, the finale. First of all, that was the first episode I was talking about first because it was the most stressful, but not actually stressful, but stressful hour of television I have ever witnessed. It was just, they deserve an Emmy because it was so raw and so real, and you could feel the tension through the TV. I was literally on the edge of my couch, like, oh, I'm like, I'm so happy that I am not him, you know? Like, the whole cast, they just went in, like, just unleashed. You know that scene in Black Panther when when M'Baku is sitting on his throne, and then the little white dude, he's a good guy. He started talking, and M'Baku started like barking at him. Like, that's what the first reunion episode was like. Tom would say like hi, and they were like ah! like rightfully so, you know. Okay, Team Ariana, why is Raquel smiling though? Like, we need to talk about it because it's scary. People like that really freak me out. So if you didn't watch it, Raquel has a restraining order, or had a restraining order against Sheena, and Sheena was filming at the time, so Raquel couldn't be present. She had to be 100 yards away, or however far you have to be, in a trailer. So she's watching the reunion happen in real time from her trailer, and she's like smiling as things happen that Raquel shouldn't smile for like the next 3 years of her life, okay? Like, there was no reason for her to be and like just dead behind the eyes, you know? And then the part, I think it was the second episode, but the part when Sheena is bawling her eyes out, talking about how devastating it is for her to have lost a friend in Raquel. Let's call her Rachel. We're gonna call her Rachel. Because she obviously can't be friends with her anymore because she found out she was a psychopath, and then also losing her friendship with Tom for the same reason. And Rachel is just like deadpan. Like, there's no like, how are you not bawling, crying, watching one of your supposed best friends like cry because of what you like? That is scary, you know? Like, you don't need people like that in your life. Wait, scroll up. I want to see what above the Team Ariana comment. So also love Lala. Okay, yeah, Lala was going in. LOL, she's all. I guess I should have given her a handwritten note. Yeah. What? Like what? What? Like you guys, it's like truly baffling. He said she should get a PR manager and she should something. Wait, go back up. I want to see what the rest of Nisi's comment. Can we scroll up a little bit, please, in the comments? Just a little. She should get a PR manager right there. She should have been crying, not cute, and put together. Yeah. But it's almost like, why did you even need a PR person when you do such egregious acts as Rachel and Tom did? Like, shouldn't your own conscience and like your own moral compass tell you that that maybe don't smile? Like, don't you feel bad? Like, I truly don't understand, you guys. It's really scary how some people navigate through life. I hope that she is getting the help that she needs because it's a lot. She needs therapy. She needs better friends in her life. She needs a village to and if there is any hope for her, honestly, because yeah, Ariana is perfection, Beyonce. Ariana is handling herself great, and I say go Ariana because Ariana is cleaning up. She's getting all these brand deals now, as she should. She's like, Ariana is moving on. She's dating somebody new. She's making her money. Like, Ariana's gonna be good, which good for her, you know, because I cannot imagine going through what she went through. She said no hope. She's evil. Yeah, I honestly. Raquel might be, because I think that's why I was so baffled, because I could not wrap my mind around someone behaving like that after. Wild. Like, can you imagine, like, she can't go anywhere, especially in LA, you know, because, like, that's where all the restaurants are and the bars where, like, all these people, like, work, or, like, where the show is based, like, people know, and how old is Raquel? I think she's like 27, 28, I want to say, which you're grown at that point. Like, you know what's right and what's wrong, you know? Like, mistakes were made. Not to say that we're all perfect, we're not, we all make mistakes, but like, Jesus Christ, like, what a mistake. And she's clearly not remorseful, you know? So like, that's when it gets into like sociopath territory. Exactly, old enough to know better. She's not 21. Exactly, old enough to be out of the pageant circuit. DC, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to go there, DC. So the whole thing with Raquel, if you don't know, like she's at 26, I guess you age out of pageants, and so she was real distraught about that. DC, you wrong for that. Yeah. What else happened in the reunion? It was just, I usually don't like James. I think he's really annoying. But I appreciated how hard he was going in because Tom needed to hear it. And Tom is still, Sandoval, F other Tom too, but Sandoval is still making excuses. Like, he's still acting like a victim, playing, and when he was talking to Rachel, okay, in her trailer, and then the production team is like, because he was like, oh, can you give us a second? Like, I just want the cameras to be off. Bro, first of all, you signed up for this show. Second of all, you're the subject of this whole reunion, so absolutely not. And then he was getting upset. He was like, can I just have a second? Like, I just want to talk to her alone. Bro, no, first of all. Like, the fact that he was getting upset about that was just like, there is just no, people, I say people surprise me every day, but I shouldn't be surprised anymore because humans are just unhinged. Team Mariana said, oh yeah, he was begging to get cameras away. Like, bro, you know, like, it's in your contract, is it not? And you have to know, like, there's no way that the production team is gonna let you talk to the woman who you had a 7-month affair with alone without the cameras. What do you want to talk to her about? They were like, oh, she's probably gonna like coach her on like what to say. Probably, I'm sure because they can't have, think about it, like they're having an alone moment that we're seeing, but they're not saying everything they obviously want to say because they know the world is watching, you know? T. Martin said, why didn't he just write it on paper? Yeah, because we would have seen that too. There's no hiding. Like, I feel like another thing that I like about reality TV, like if they don't edit it, because I know sometimes, obviously, like things aren't actually depicted as they actually happen because they edit things around. They make people villains that weren't. With this situation, we can excuse all that because all this is real, okay? What was my point? I would ask Mitch, but I hadn't said it yet, so I can't remember. I know, but I had a point. It'll come back to me. Or text her, yeah, something. Oh, Ariana and Tom fighting about who coached who for reunions, yeah. Because they had, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Like, there's no hiding. Like, it's your every look on your face, especially for the reunion, because it's just them all sitting there. They're not like, they're cutting to different people, but it's not like, they're not cutting to different angles to like create a story, right? It's like, it's just you're sitting there, the camera's on your face, it's gonna be zoomed in on your face, they're catching every emotion. There's no like even if you were to coach someone through, we can see the lies. We can see through whatever, it's, wow. Like truly, I am usually all for the integrity of like only, you know, giving Emmys to like television shows that are, you know, well written and like, all that good stuff, but this whole Scandival situation with Vanderpump Rules is like unprecedented. Like nothing like this has ever happened in reality TV, and they deserve some type of award because it's like it's great television. Like this is like the blueprint of what reality TV should be, and like obviously, God forbid this happens to anybody else. I hope it wouldn't, you know, especially when you are showing your whole life to the public on television. No one wants to be humiliated that way. But like, woo, child. I'm like really low-key. I'm not happy it happened, but like I am happy that they recorded it. Because Tom deserves to be embarrassed, you know? Like I want to see, I think that's why we tune in, is because we want to see what he has to say for himself as well as Rachel, you know? This is like the gold ticket question that they always ask on Watch What Happens Live. Like, who was more in the wrong? Who do you guys think between Tom and Rachel? I personally, like, obviously I think they're both in the wrong, and I also, you know, people always like, they blame the woman over the man, which, whatever, I understand the whole argument, but like, Rachel, Ariana was your best friend. She was your best, that is like, so slimy and gross, and I feel like to do that to another woman is just like diabolical, you know? Judas. Yeah, truly Judas, just like, and then to have no remorse is just really icky. So I think Tom is worse, but you guys tell me. Shayla said it got me through Mercury being in retrograde. Was Mercury in retrograde? Is that what gave me urethra alopecia? I don't know. Yeah, as you should. You gotta watch the whole thing if you haven't seen it. I've told my friend Jackie has never seen an episode. Yeah. No, you gotta watch. The whole thing is way more juicy because you get to see all the awkward moments, you know? Just like those quiet moments. Ooh, those are the moments that deserve an Emmy. Just like their faces up close, you know? I was telling my friend Jackie, who has never seen an episode of Vanderpump Rules, I was like, but watch the reunion. Because like you don't have to know anything that's ever happened on the show. Like it's still, these reunions are quality television because it's just wild. Yeah, jail. I agree, Ariana, not Ariana needs to go to jail. Team Ariana, I agree with you that Tom needs to go to jail. Period. 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 I say that anytime someone does something bad, I'm like, jail. Tom is a rat, but I hate Raquel. Yeah. Yeah. And I say that I don't hate anybody, but like, yikes. Because hate's such a strong word, you know? But also, like, if I was Ariana, I would hate both of them. I really would. Yeah, Rachel, not Raquel, because I don't know where she got Raquel from, but that's not her real name. Y'all, there's just, that whole situation is really icky, and I can't wait for tomorrow because I think, is tomorrow's the last episode of the reunion, or do we have another part? I'm pretty sure tomorrow is the last one. So it's all gonna come to a head, and we really get to see Rachel, because the last two episodes like teased her, but like this one we're actually gonna like see them grill her, and I cannot wait for Lala and James to unleash. I think Ariana's gonna unleash a little bit on her, but Lala and James don't care. They're just gonna go wild. Drea said I have FaceTime watch them with my friend each week. I love that. It's that good. It's that good. I need to talk shit in real time. Yeah. No, 1,000%. Oh! Shayla said, the question is, are you ready, to be honest? Right. Like, that is my biggest thing, and then I know we gotta wrap up, but my biggest thing with just human behavior in general, like if you do something wrong, take accountability. Like, own it, you know? Like, do not come into a supposed reconciliation argument or conversation and then still play victim. Like, no, if you did something wrong, just own it and admit. Like, that is so, I will respect someone more, you know? Like, Rachel has lost all respect for me. But I will give her an ounce of respect if she gets up there and just says, like, listen, there is no excuse. I'm a terrible person, and all I can do from this point on is not make the same mistake again and never talk to any of you again and just live a better life, you know? Like, don't cry unless you just feel bad, you know? I don't want to see tears from her. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear her and Tom's little weird banter. I don't want to see any of it. She said they keep making it seem like they're going to get the real truth from Rachel. Well, we will see. He said that karma is going to be long-lasting for, Bambi died. Yeah, Rachel's given Bambi a bad name because Bambi doesn't deserve that. Yikes. Okay, you guys, we'll talk about it next week. We're also going to talk about The Little Mermaid because we didn't talk about that yet. I have so many things to say, so tune in next week because we're going to do a whole just gab sesh on The Little Mermaid and talk about some fun Little Mermaid products, okay? Appreciate you guys all. Remember, de-stress, put your shoulders down, unclench your jaw. Have a good day, okay? Bye!
Light up the sky, burn it up like a candle. When life gets harder, too hot to handle. Oh,